Xtreme Bulls, a fast, furious, and dangerous 8 seconds. The tour now heads east to Lexington, Kentucky for the halfway point in the season. Jared Ford, the San Antonio winner, led everyone here with a 90.5 after round 1. Cooper Kangeeser was just behind in this two-day event with an 89. But Matt Austin, the 2005 world champion, is back and hopefully fully recovered from injuries. Who is the next winner in the Xtreme Bulls? Welcome you to Lexington, Kentucky, perhaps better known for its thoroughbreds and its little bitty riders up there on the back. What's going to ride today is going to be men, and they're going to be on Xtreme Bulls. We're at Rupp Arena for the Xtreme Bulls Lexington. Let's send you down, first of all, to Donnie Gay.
A little different format here at the Xtreme Bulls in Lexington, Kentucky. Cowboys are ready. Now, go round number 1 in the books. We had a 90.5 bull ride by Jared Ford, the Colorado National finalist. He's in the lead. Cooper Kangeeser, Clint Craig, Matt Austin, they're all in the mix. You had to be over 86 points to be in the top 5.
So round 1 is already complete, and there are the results with Jared Ford on top, followed by Kangeeser and Canon Ace. Let's go to Jennifer Smith.
Well, I'm here with our current world champion, Matt Austin. We were all so disappointed when you weren't at Reno. Heard that you were going to be out for a month. What are you doing here?
Well, I hurt my wrist in Silver City, New Mexico, and I went and got x-rays, and you know, they didn't see nothing broke. They said, well, you could have tore some ligaments, you could have stretched some ligaments, but you need to sit out for about a month or so. I'd set out about 3 or 4 weeks, and it was feeling really good. I was rehabbing it and putting some stuff on it, and I got on the bull at my house, and it felt pretty good. It was a little sore, and so I had a couple days for the 4th, and so I said, well, it's only 8 seconds. Surely you can hang on for that long, so here I am.
Well, it's funny that you say that because we've watched you ride with a torn ACL since 2004. Obviously, we know that you can ride through a great amount of pain.
Yeah, it hadn't really bothered me when I ride. Last night, it kind of bothered me a little bit. Bull was kind of just jerking me, and I was really having to get up on top of my hand. But other than that, it's been feeling really great.
Well, you were 86.5, so it turned out well. How do you feel for tonight?
Oh, you bet. I got a really good bull drawn tonight, Jerry Nelson's. I hadn't seen him before, but they said he's just a good bull to have. And I got some pretty good bulls drawn over the 4th, so I'm going to keep going. You know, like I said, I can't make no money sitting at the house, so I'm going to just, as long as it feels good, I'm going to keep going. But if it starts to give me trouble, then I'll have to sit off a little bit longer.
And it's good to see Matt back. Again, $60K. That's the total purse on this two-day format.
That's why he's here, because he wants to try to win some of that $60,000. You got Wesley Silcox breathing down his neck in the standings, and bull riding is what it is. It's what have you done for me lately.
Here's Jerry Shepard. Round 1, he had no score. He was bucked off.
All right, Pappy Jack, Robertson, Wilson going to crank it back and going to do more of the same deja vu, and I mean just eats him up right in the gate. Pappy Jack had things going. Now watch what happens. He just moves a little too much, drops down in the well, didn't have a real good squeeze on with the legs, and I mean, he pays for it. He gets the sap knocked out of him. Bullfighters move in and make a nice recovery right there and give Jerry Shepard a chance to get up and out of the way.
Yeah, you wonder what hurts worse, the bull or the no score 2 in a row.
Well, a no score, I guarantee you, is that what's on his mind. If you're not confined to bed, you're not hurt. But, you know, stay on for 8 seconds. You can't touch him with a free hand, 100 points. 50 for the cowboy, 50 for the bull. That's bull riding 101.
And here we go with Cooper Kangeeser. In round 1, he scored an 89 and currently sits 2nd overall.
Well, you got to ride these 2 bulls and get to the short go. 2 go-arounds. This is round 2. Kangeeser's got a seat, and this boy really has a lot of talent. But watch what he does with his free hand. He almost double clutches with it because this bull's really good to ride. Georgia's son, they call him, and he makes a great ride. But, you know, if Cooper would just keep the motion, but slow down with his free hand a little bit, he gets himself in a little bit of a bind and has to shuffle and really hustle his feet. Control your hips, you're in control of the bull. That's basically what you have to do, and everybody wants to stay down on him. That's a good bull ride right there, and he knows it.
86.5 added to the 89 from round 1. He'll go, if he makes it into the short go, with 175.5. Here's our singular X Power.
No ifs, ands, or buts. This bull is just really nice to ride. We'll have some nice numbers come in, a 2.5 total for our bull, Georgia's Son, and an 86.5 score for Cooper Cangeezer.
Here's Dustin Elliott on Foolish Man. Dustin had no score out of round 1.
Well, Dustin Elliott's not been riding very good. You know, there's no way to sugarcoat it, but I'm going to tell you what, that's a great position right there, and he lets this bull work him back off his bull rope. But Foolish Man and Robertson Wilson, this is a juicy little bull, but he's supposed to ride him, and he's had things going this way. You see slide back off his bull rope just about 1.5 inches, and that's too much. That's a mistake, and at this level, mistakes give you zeros.
Yep, no score here as well, and that was more of a launching than it was a buck off. Matt Austin, he's still working with that injured right hand. Will he be able to ride? He missed the ride at Reno. We'll see in a moment. A Dodge Xtreme Bulls presented by B&W Trailer Hitches is brought to you by Dodge. Dodge, grab life by the horns. By B&W Trailer Hitches, makers of the turnover ball gooseneck hitch system. A hitch when you need it, a level bed when you don't. And by Singular Wireless, raising the bar. We welcome you back, and let's take a look ahead for September 2nd and October 7th, the next couple events in the series. How about that Cooper Cangeezer? You just saw him ride, now he's with Jennifer.
Well, Cooper has pretty much just put himself in the driver's seat. You were 89 last night, 1 point away from the lead. Tonight you're an 86. Talk about what was your mentality coming into tonight?
I had a real good bull last night that gave me an 89, and it just kind of helped me motivate myself to do better today. I've been struggling riding 2 bulls and putting 2 bull rides together, and I got 2 rode, and that's what counts. And I'll get back to the short round for sure now, and hopefully get a good bull there and try and win.
But we all know in bull riding that there's no way that you can ever safety up, or it'll mess you up, won't it?
Yeah, you can't tense up and make it harder on yourself. I just had to come into it with a positive attitude and try and get 2 rode and relax and have fun.
So now you have 2 rode, how about 3?
That's the plan anyway.
Well, good luck. They'll put you in the top 15 for X Bulls. We'd like to see you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he tenses more talking to Jennifer.
Absolutely. I mean, that boy's not afraid of anything except that microphone with Jen.
Here comes Justin Kennedy. Cajun Moon is the bull. He had no score out of round 1.
All right, Justin trying to get this bull stand in the buck and shoot with him. Comes out, got a good seat on him, coming to the left into his hand. He's making a really nice bull ride, getting a little bit back. Got back in position. Now his hips coming out. And then his hand comes out of that rope just a little early, but a good bull ride right there. Justin Kennedy, first time I've seen him ride. Good position, staying up on the bull rope, having to push a little bit, bull kicking good. Now he starts fading out, makes a wider turn, gets him in a little bind, and watch his hand, boom, popped right out. It's lucky he was able to roll over and get his feet under him.
Well, Justin Kennedy, no score round 1, but in this, the second round, an 86.
All right, 86, they're just hoping that they can get to the final round on 1 bull if you get a high enough score. Here's a guy that made a qualified ride in round number 1.
Yeah, Clayton Williams had an 84 in round 1.
All right, young bull rider, Terry Williams, he'd be proud of his son riding bulls, riding them good too. Little bitty bull, big tall bull rider, shuffle, hustle, good body position right there, and a nice job. And we've got 2 men that's got 2 rode. That looks good. Clayton Williams, he'll follow that 84 with a little better score. He says, yeah, baby. Here, there's not anybody that tries any harder. He's a little loose coming out of the chute, but that's the way he rides. Trying to set up there, shuffle, right up on his knees, pushing a little bit. Got a little too much movement with his butt. You see how it stays up off that bull's back? I'd like to see him sit down a little tighter and get a little more solid, but you know, when it's working, everything feels good. Clayton Williams makes a good ride on Johnny Reb, classic rodeo.
There he is, good smile on his face, good bull riding legacy for Clayton Williams. And here's the singular X-Power.
All right, 84, 85, 169 on 2, and X-Power gives him a good score. Nice little bull, 2.85.
That's your singular X-Power read. Here is Joe Milling. He had a 79 in round 1.
Blues Clues. This is a Scotty Lovelace classic pro rodeo bull, and round to the left. Got to stay up on the bull rope. Melling making a good bull ride. Been around a while. Hadn't got a lot of money. He's off his rope some. He's still trying. He's on a rumble seat. Yo. All right. Looking good right here, but you see him coming back off the bull rope. Score coming in, a nice score. A little bit of an E for effort, but an 81 score is not great.
Yeah, and combined with his 79, it gives him an overall 160. Remember, 2 rounds before the short go.
All right, well, we got a couple that's got some covered now. Got the ice broken. Here's the guy that I've been bragging on a lot.
Yeah, Chad Bestplug. He's one that you've been watching as an up-and-coming guy.
Well, you know, not just up-and-coming. He's got a great bull, Xtreme Preferred, coming around, bucked off in round number 1. But look at this bull, rare and drop, and look how solid he is. See the difference between where his hips and rear end is to some of those other bull rides that were kind of loose? That's solid right there. Leaderboard, look out. This is a nice bull ride right here. This bull throws a lot of guys off because he's turning, rearing, dropping with a little kick. This bull right here is not easy to ride, and Chad Bestplug just makes it almost look easy. Good job.
Gets an 88 for his troubles, but again, that's a round 2 score only. He didn't score in round 1.
But that's probably, if anybody gets in to the final round on one bull, it'll be a score that high or some semblance like that 89 in round number 1 that Cooper Kangeeser posted.
The bull here is Nasty. It's J.C. Bean up.
All right, Bean. This boy's been around a while, second generation bull rider. Nasty jumping, kicking, jumping out of it, turning back into his hand. Bean, really solid right there. Has had trouble finishing it off in the final go-round. J.C. Bean's got 2 scores. He's going to get to try on that short go-round. He's 168 on 2 with this 85.5-point bull ride right here. This is a good job. J.C.'s been riding for a while, and, you know, he's got some talent, and he's underachieved a little bit, but here's a guy that he knows about bull riding.
And we'll take a look back as we see J.C. Bean at Clayton Williams. He covered 2 bulls, totaled up a 169. He'll be going on to the short go. More when we come back. And we welcome you back to Lexington, Kentucky. There is Kurt Lucas. He's here with the FFA. And a little bit earlier, Jennifer caught up with this guy from the Kentucky Department of Education.
Well, I'm joined right now by Kurt Lucas that you saw earlier, and he has actually built the entire foundation of his life and his career through the FFA. Talk about what all FFA has done for you from the beginning.
Well, thanks. In 1970, I became involved in high school agricultural education in FFA, and at that time I was a pretty shy person, didn't really know what was going to happen with my life, but ag education gave me a chance to really know that I could achieve something. I got involved in an impromptu speaking contest as a sophomore, and I won the region and got to go to the state convention in Louisville. First time I'd ever been to a big city. That was big to me, and that just led to more and more things happening, and I became an officer in FFA, chapter president, a regional officer, and it really built my confidence to allow me to know, even though I was a young, shy boy from back down on the farm, that I could maybe go to college and study agriculture and maybe have a career, and certainly Ag Ed and FFA has done all that for me.
Well, you gained all of those skills, but little did you know that it was going to provide your lifelong career, did you?
Well, that's true. I really wanted to be an ag teacher, and I did that for the first half of my career. I majored in ag education, and I taught high school agriculture for about 11 years. But in 1993, I had a chance to go to Frankfort to the Department of Education to be the FFA Executive Director for Kentucky. And I did that for 8 years, and now I'm the state advisor, and I work with curriculum for ag teachers and professional development for ag teachers. So yes, it has become my life's work, and it's really my passion, because I believe strongly that agriculture is the most basic industry in this country. It's what we depend upon for our very food, fiber, and sustenance in this world. And FFA provides a chance for personal growth for kids that no other organization that I know of can do. The personal growth, the leadership development, the career exposure that it gives is just great. So we're still doing great things for kids in the year 2006, just like it did for me in the year 1970.
This reminder once again, Indianapolis, Indiana, my hometown, the Pepsi Coliseum, will be where the Ride Hard Tour has its finale. Don't miss that. FFA members get a discount on the tickets. Michael Riggs at an 81 in round number 1. He's on Flea.
All right, well, you'd think this bull's not very big. They call him the Flea. Claxton, Georgia. Okay, well, he's almost hometown here in Kentucky. Here we go, round the left. Get all my slow-talking friends, and Michael Riggs stays on. He's got 2 rows. You know what? He's sweating that. He wanted to make it back to the short go-round worse than anybody I believe I've ever seen. He's been riding for a long time. This guy's a veteran bull rider, and you see he's just kneed up. He's not touched this bull with a spur yet. Kneed up, kind of humped over a little bit, but guess what? It doesn't say how. It's kind of like a golf scorecard. It says how many, and he's there for 8 seconds.
Back-to-back 81s from round 1 and round 2. He's totaled up 162. He's covered 2. Probably heading for the short go.
All right, well, you know, Ken Geezer in the lead, Williams second, J.C. Bean and Michael Riggs, and Joe Melling, they've all covered 2.
So those are your leaders, and here comes Jake Littlefield. Legal age is the bull.
Legal age, they call his bull. I wonder how old he is. Classic rodeo, Scotty Lovelace, and now Jake bucked off in round 1, but this guy, another one that can really ride, kind of like Best Plug. He really knows what he's doing. Watch this bull. He can take you to the pay window. We got it cranking now. Come on, Littlefield. He's a little behind. Shuffle. He's off his rope. Nice job there. Now down in the well. Look out. Oh! I thought he was going to get it, and boy, I tell you what, Kevin Ellis has made a couple of saves here tonight. It's just really good. Let's see what they want to mark him. I really like this bull ride because he's to the outside. He's making the adjustment. Now watch this bull adjust to him. This bull, he fades over a little bit as he runs off his rope. He feels him. He tries to let him slide down inside and finally does get him down in there where he can horn in on his business if he wants to.
And again, good ride there, and no score out of 1, but 87.5 out of round 2, and he gives a little thanks, as he should. Thomas Burt.
Modesto, California, and here's a big guy. He's got a score in round 1 of 85, and here's a guy, he's 6'4", little bitty slab-sided black Bremer coming around to the right away from his hand, got him in a little tough position, but he just leans over and makes the turn, rides this one easy. Now, oh, look out! Needs to work on that get-off a little bit. Oh, yeah. They call that one Mataska, Jerry Nelson Frontier Rodeo. This is that Born to Buck program. This little bull right here, bred in Texas, and he is going to be a good one. This boy is really big, and it's hard for that bull to buck, but look here. I mean, he just takes him to the cleaners right there and hooks him in the rear end and says, hey, yeah, let's play chase.
Kind of unusual to see a really big guy like that, though.
All right, well, Thomas Burt, 82.5, 167.5. We're going to see him in the short go-round. It's looking pretty good for him right now.
Goes over, can take a rest. Get ready for the short go. And we want to show you the X-Power presented by Singular.
All right, well, it shouldn't have very high scores marks on the kick. The spin should be relatively good. We'll have just a nice score right here because we got it coming in. 2.8 on the spin, 2.4 on the kick. Pretty accurate.
And here's the way we stand in world standings right now. Wesley Silcox, number 1. Austin just behind, but remember, Matt missed the Reno Rodeo. But here he is now and ready to go. Watermelon Spike is the bull for Matt Austin.
All right, well, this is Frontier Rodeo. Jerry Nelson will have this whole section of bulls. Austin, he should ride this bull. He usually spins right, but he'll go both ways sometimes. Here we go, round to the right, into his hand, right into his wheelhouse, and the bull jumps out of it to reverse the spin. Matt Austin, you can tell that he just was waiting on feeling that hand, or that's what I feel when I watch him ride. He's in good position, comes around into his hand, he looks solid. But watch, he doesn't move. He just kind of sets over in there. That's what I call getting over in there and getting away from some power, and that's from a sore hand. You know, but that's mental, that's not his hand.
Stands on his 86.5 from round one. Always find it amazing that Austin rides with his glasses on as well as his hat. DJ Domain.
Poindexter, that's what we call him. Yeah.
The bull is Redemption from Frontier Rodeo.
Okay, we've seen DJ. Saw him at Reno. He rode two good ones. Coming around, looking good right there left. Bull jumps out of it. Little young bull. He didn't buck very good, but guess what? DJ didn't need him to. 84 on his first one. Get a middle 70 score on this one and get back to the short go round. That's where it all happens. You remember at Reno, you know, J.W. Harris and Sonny Murphy, they rode both their bulls and got the money. This is what it's all about. 2 days here in Lexington. Good job from DJ Domain.
DJ Domain adds his 77.5 to his 84 for a total 161.5. He goes to the short go.
All right, good bull riding so far. We got her going on, and here's a good ride in this last section. Jake Littlefield, he's getting it on for 87.5.
And Michael Moore is coming up. We welcome you back to the Xtreme Bulls Ride Hard Tour presented by Dodge. That's the fountain on the backside of the Rupp Arena where we're currently in contest, and there is Mike Moore. As you see, the 2003 champion. He comes from Kankakee, Illinois. Gone through some injuries, but is hoping to make a real comeback this year.
It's been a lot of up and downs with me, you know. It seems like every other year I get hurt pretty bad. It takes me out for half of the year at least. Last year was one of those years I started out fairly healthy for a change, you know, and then into the summer, tore my groins really bad up in my abs and stuff like that. So it made it really tough for me, you know. I had a shot to make the finals last year. When I tore my groins, I was in the top 15 actually, you know, and just slowly fell out of the top 15 because I couldn't go get on everything I needed to. I went home all winter. I'm healthy right now. I've been working out. I feel great. I'm ready to get this year going. And I work out at least 4 days a week. Hopefully more than that if I can when I'm home, you know. But I work out my entire body. You know, I don't work on one thing in particular, just everything, you know. And not just to get big, but to get in shape, you know. I'm getting a little bit older now. You know, there's a lot of kids out there. I remember when I was one of the kids, and now I'm one of the old guys. And I have to work out to keep myself going because it's going to be a tough year for me. I'm going to rodeo harder than I ever have this year. Mainly because I'm running out of time. I'm getting a little bit older now, and I want to slow down in the next couple of years. So this year I'm going to go as hard as I can. My riding style is not as conventional as most guys. Matt Austin is a prime example of a guy who rides bulls great, you know. He rides bulls where you're supposed to ride bulls. And that could be part of the reason I have injuries like I do, because all I have is try. You know, I don't like to turn loose at all. And I'll probably hang on times when I probably shouldn't hang on. But my goal is to try to make the whistle do whatever it takes, you know. When I nod my head, the last thing in my mind is whatever it takes to get to the whistle. I didn't make the finals last year, but this year I'm so hungry, I'm so focused. I'm probably more focused now than I've been since I was in college, you know, when I first started rodeoing. I feel great, and this year there's only one thing on my mind, that's a gold buckle. You know, I have no doubt in my mind I'm going to leave 2006 as the world champion.
Well, let's see if Mike Moore can turn his season around. He's on Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Silverado Rodeo Company, and I don't know how they come up with this name, but You know what? Mike Moore can get it done. He can ride as good as anybody, but he's straining a little bit right now. Had a 0 in round 1, got one coming into his hand. He's got it working right now. The mojo's on. Mike Moore. That's all the way to the ground.
He gave that everything.
Ben Lee, Matt Baldwin, Kevin Ellis, our bullfighters all get a hand in making a save. And you watch this bull ride right here. He's spurring with the outside foot. He's trying to go down in the well, rides him all the way to the ground. There's Kevin Ellis. Now here comes Matt Baldwin. Ben Lee, they're all right there. And how about that score?
88.5. Round 2 score for Mike Moore from the bull riding capital of Illinois, Kankakee.
All right, well, you know, they do have a good rodeo there on the racetrack, and we're going to another good bull rider right now.
Brian Richardson out of Dallas. The bull is Stretch.
This is a really good bull, Jerry Nelson's a young bull. Him and Jim Crothers, they've been bucking these bulls. He's going to crank it to the left, right into his hand. Hello, boy. Come on, Brian Richardson, looking good right now. Got the lime green shafts rocking and riding really well. He bucked off in round number 1. The bull that he had in round 1, he could have had bookend 90-point rides or pretty close to it. This is going to be a good score. Yes, sir. Living in America, riding bucking bulls for a living. Nobody to blame but yourself. What a way to make it work. Brian Richardson, his score is
89.5.
All right.
So like you said, good ride for Brian Richardson.
Well, come back into the short go, probably on 1. That's the highest score so far that we've seen, and that's a good one. That's the way he wants to do it, and there's a guy that I think has a world championship maybe in his future.
And here is Cody Hancock. I'm Really Rampage is the bull.
All right, second generation bucking bull, the 2000 champ of the world, in a little trouble, rock and roll. Look out, got hit in the face. Well, Cody Hancock has taken a beating over the last 4 or 5 years, and there he's got another scar on his head, and he can't stand many more of them.
Cody Hancock, as you said, former world champion, he really got tore up bad last year.
Well, he got popped right here. Boom. He just got slid off his bull rope. Bull didn't do anything out of the ordinary. We'll get another look at it. But watch how he slides off his bull rope on the end of his arm, and then boom. Just whipped him down, hit right on the end of that horn, got his head turned. It's a good thing he didn't have his glasses on at that time because he got whacked.
Yeah, took a pretty good hit, but he appears to be okay. The Justin Boot sports medicine people taking a good look at him, making sure he's fine. He's stunned a little bit, though.
Well, you know, whenever you get as many concussions as Cody Hancock's had, the more you get, the easier they are to come by. So dangerous territory he's in right now, I think.
Yeah, and that walk is going to be to the spectator stand because he had no score in 2 rounds. He goes home. Now here is Tate Stratton, the bull, Pepe Le Few.
All right, a little stinky here and there, but let's get it on. Look how big this sucker is compared to some of them other ones. Hop and skip, and now turn back to the left into his hand. Oh, he's got it rolling now. We've seen this boy as college champion going to Texas A&M. Good job right there. Tate Stratton, nice bull ride. Pepe Le Few.
Stratton well over the 8 seconds. And a pretty good ride at that.
Really a good, you know, the only thing that keeps him from being 90-something is this bull took about 3.5 seconds to get over here, get set up, and come to the left and start that spin. Now, this is what the judges really like, and you see him set down, start spurring with the outside foot, getting aggressive. Judges like to see that, and it's a good score of 86.5.
86.5 is what they give him. The crowd seems to like it. Remember that the bull is half of that score, so getting a good pick of the bulls is very important.
Oh, yeah, bull riding heating up, and we've had one score in the 90s, and we're fixing to see that man again.
Here is Jared Ford as he gets ready.
Sweet Dreams is the bucking bull, scored 90.5 in round number 1. Sweet Dreams belongs to Byron Walker and Norris Dalton, Silverado Rodeo Company, and here we go, round to the left. Jared scored 90.5. He knows all he's got to do is make the whistle. This makes it tougher. Worked himself too far down in, comes back out, got in and out, and gets the whistle.
Yeah, he rides the time, gets the full 8. That 90.5 from round 1 will help. The crowd thinks this is awful good. We'll
Well,
see what the judges think now.
They know that the judges aren't going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be a good score because this bull bucked. He was hard to ride. Tried to buck him off. But, you know, he's shuffling, hustling, made it look good. The people liked it. And they know he was leader in round 1, and they want to see him gather the big check.
And 87.5 is the score for this round 2 ride.
All right, well, that's the guy to beat right now, but we got one more, and last, certainly not least.
Clint Craig, the bull Southern Streamline, 86.5 his score out of round 1.
Okay, Clint getting up there, taking a little time, jumping out, coming around away from his hand, and just rings him out like a dirty shirt. Just gets stuck over into his hand. No score.
So the 86.5 will be what Clint stands on.
Well, Clint just never got his hips over in position coming out of the gate, just real tight. Got locked down, and you're just not going to lock down and get much money. 86 total.
Well, we're still wondering how Cody Hancock is after getting hit as hard as he did. Let's go down to Jennifer.
Well, we watched a very scary ride whenever we watched Cody suffering, and he was having a hard time getting out of the arena. Tell us what is going on with him.
Right. Well, of course, he took a shot to the head, has a mild concussion, laceration over the right eye, which our Justin Sports Medicine physicians are taking care of right now. And he's doing fine. We'll observe him for the rest of the evening and possibly overnight, and he'll probably be fine tomorrow. When you have a concussion, you're much more susceptible to a second impact or another concussion. And so we have to watch the guys to make sure that they're healing properly, because there's so many bull ridings in a row and they have to get on so many bulls, and it's hard for them to take the time necessary to properly heal.
Well, we hope Cody will.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, Don Andrews really knows his stuff, and that evaluation's important.
Well, it is, and the bull riders have to listen to him because, and it's a good thing that they're around. They make themselves available at no charge, and we can watch the recap. We've got, there's your leader right there on 2, Jared Ford, and we're going to see him again in the championship round, as well as Cooper Cangeezer.
Yeah, we're going to show you what it looks like with the semifinal results going into the championship round.
Well, Jared Ford and Cooper Cangeezer, they're 1 and 2, but you go all the way down there. There's 4 guys made it in on 1. Brian Richardson, Mike Moore, Chad Bestplug, and Jake Littlefield. And there's some of the bulls we're going to see in the championship round.
And they're ready. It's the short go next. Welcome back to Lexington, the Xtreme Bulls Lexington. You know, nobody knows the sport better than 8-time champion Don Gay. Let's look ahead.
Okay, short go round just around the corner. Jared Ford in the lead on 2 bulls. He's drawn Hummer. He's been on the bull before. He's a good spinner from Jerry Nelson. He's bucked Jared off. I think Jared should ride the bull. Now, Cooper Cangeezer got Biloxi Blues, maybe the best bull to score the highest in the short go round. And Clayton Williams, the youngster, he's qualified for the finals and got Silverado's great bull, Blackberry Wine, one of the great Born to Buck program stories, and should be real good watching.
Well, Jared Ford sits as our leader going into the short go. Let's go down to Jennifer Smith.
Well, before last night, Jared had gone 3 weeks without riding a bull. When that happens, it is hard to get past, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough. Your confidence gets down, and it's tough to get it back up, and it takes a couple bulls to get it back, and it's a bad time to be down, and I was just glad to put 2 together and hopefully one more here in a few.
Well, for a premier bull rider like you, and you're one of the guys that everyone watches, how do you get out of a slump like that?
You just got to ride. You got to keep getting on, and it gets tough. You want to go home almost, but you just got to ride, or else I'll go home and get on a practice bull at home when I got some off time or whatever, but you got to ride bulls. That's how you get out of it.
So here we go, the championship round, the short go. Jake Littlefield, who is on Tombstone.
Good bucking bull right here. You know, you can look at the matchup, 45% for Littlefield, 89% buck-off rate for Tombstone. Edge to Tombstone. You know, you have to call it like that. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, hey, these bulls buck, and especially in the short go-round. This is where the Cowboys have their problems.
But it's also an opportunity for the big score because you got the better bulls.
Here we go. Littlefield made it in on one bull. We had 4 guys cranking it into his hand. He's got a seat, got a chance. Got him down in the well, and we saw it. That happened to him on his bull that he scored on. And he's going, man, I had this bull ridden. But what's happening to him is he stops riding about 5 seconds and starts leaning. He gets in there, he's riding real good right here. Now watch this. He just slides over in there, just goes to grip and hold on, and you're not going to do that at this level. 87.5 is his total for 3 tries, and that's going to be no money.
Is that more a psychological deal?
Yes.
Chad Bestplug comes up now on Sholoff.
Really a good bull, Harlan Robertson and Wilson. This is a good draw right here. Bestplug, you've heard me brag on him. He can get her done. Had an 88-point ride to get in here. Boy, cranking it into his hand. He has got a seat. Take it away, Leon, right here. This is a nice bull ride. This is a good bull. This bull has a great record, but he hadn't been hooked up that tough. Good job. I mean, Bestplug rode this sucker like patting for dance. Watch this. Hard turn back. Whipped him kind of down. All he does is push, hold, doesn't panic, and then right here, this is nothing but a day off. I mean, I'm telling you, that'll break the bull's owner's heart sometimes whenever they get to thinking they got a really rank bull, and then somebody sticks it on them like Chad Bestplug.
Yep, got an 88, 176 total. Let's take a look at the singular X-Power. And don't forget, you can text X-Power to 514 on your singular wireless phone, and you and a guest could be on your way to the Las Vegas National Finals Rodeo. Compliments of Singular. For official rules, log on to ESPNProRodeo.com or ExtremeBulls.com and click on the Singular link. Singular, raising the bar.
All right, Mike Moore, vertical limit, Robertson, Wilson. This bull right here is an eliminator. Probably, I don't know if he should be in the short go or not. He's really rank. He's a nasty bull, got big horns. Mike Moore's been on him before and didn't ride him 2 jumps. He said he wants to try to ride. Here's a guy that's trying to get his ship going in the right direction. Whoa, whipped him into his hand right out of the gate.
Right off.
Well, you know, I mean, Kung Fu Fighting is a great song to be playing with that vertical limit. You know, that's not a bull that jumps out and spins that you can score high on. Look at the jumps and the power. He's got him coming off, and I mean, he's lucky. If he doesn't let go, I mean, it would be the quintessential yard dart.
And Mike Moore still looking to get his season turned around.
Well, that's just one of those things. That's luck of the draw or unluck of the draw.
88.5 for Mike Moore. Brian Richardson's up on Mean Machine. He has an 89.5 coming out of the semis.
Richardson made as good a bull ride in round 2 as you can make. Had one started in round 1 close, but he's just going because he likes to ride. Let's get it on. Riding the gate to the right, and boy, did he get beat around the corner. Mean Machine, Harlan Robertson.
About 1.2 seconds a ride for him.
It's hard to buck off any faster than that. And I'm going to tell you what, he is upset. P.O.'d. I mean, the gate man, he just runs inside to shoot. That bull turns back so fast. Just cranked it on. Matt Baldwin, Georgia Peanut, in there to make sure nothing else happens. And got that bull by the horns, and Richardson comes down, no score.
Yep, so the 89.5 from the semis will be his overall. And now Joe Melling comes up. The bull is Big City.
Okay, now this is where we start with the guys that rode 2 bulls. Now they have a definite advantage when they start making the whistle. I mean, he's going to start being in the money even if he were to buck off. Now you need that bull to look at the gate. You got to, boy, you should never nod that away. Joe Melling got away with one. That bull comes out round to the left, and he got around the corner and trying a little hard, puts him down. That would have been a bull that a guy would pick because he kicked, had some timing, and wasn't quite as fast as some of those other ones. I mean, this is a really good bull. Joe Melling just behind and bucked off.
Like you say, he covered 2 bulls in the long go, so as a result, he sits with a 160 total, so that's going to help.
All right, well, I think they're going to, well, they should ride some bulls in this short go-round.
DJ Domain, Lame Brain is the bull.
He thought I was talking to him, but no, that's the name of the bull. Come on, DJ. Round to the right. Got a good seat on him, moved around, and then that bull, DJ just moved at the wrong time.
So for DJ, it's a 161.5.
All right, well, you watch his free hand, that bull kicks, turns back, and DJ just got that free hand up in the air and rear end down on the ground. Not a good outing.
Yeah, Lane Brain, the winner of that outing over G-Day. And there it is, the 161.5 as the total score. Well, coming up, it's going to be an interesting set of combinations out of the Born to Buck breeder program. Blackberry Wine, the son of Strawberry Wine, and Texas, who is unridden. We welcome you back. There's a look at Cody Hancock. Apparently didn't have to go into the hospital. He's a spectator here now.
Well, they can do the sewing in the little sewing room back there, Justin Sports Medicine team. They do a great job.
Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Paul Page with Don Gay and Jennifer Smith. We are in the championship round. Two-day event here in Lexington. And here is Michael Riggs on Spider-Man.
All right, good bull right here, Michael Riggs, Claxton, Georgia. He got there on 2 bulls and needs to ride this 3rd one. Let's see if we can get it done. Now, we kind of kneed up and just kind of tried to float one. He's doing the same thing here, and boy, Spider-Man just irons him out.
Yeah, another no ride. We've had more than our share, it seems, here. And so Riggs with a 162 because he covered 2 bulls in the semi.
All right, well, just didn't get around the corner, bucked him off, and that happens to most guys getting into the short go-round. But here's a guy I think can take control right here, Thomas Burt. He's a tough guy.
The bull is White Fang.
In other words, this is a bull that I don't know much about, but big old long-bodied bull should be just right for Thomas Burt. And the minute I say that, doesn't even look like he gets far enough out there to get the water warm.
Get on to a get off.
He just gets rolled into his hand first jump out, and no way to make that recovery. I mean, he even lands on his feet, and I tell you, nobody wants to go try to interview him right now.
167.5. He knew right away that was going nowhere.
All right, well, the top bulls in the business right here from Pro Bull Stats, number 4. You see that bull, Texas. That's what we were talking about, Paul.
Yeah, and that is going to be the challenge for J.C. Bean, unridden to this point.
Well, everybody wants this bull. Everybody thinks that this bull has a chance to be the best bull, but they hadn't anybody ridden him yet. We got to see what he's going to do when they get around the corner. Now, Brian Richardson said this bull really spins real fast. Well, he goes to the left. That's into JC's hand, so anytime that happens, you got a chance. Here we go. He just comes out of the chute, round to the left. He's got a good seat. JC Bean coming on. He's pumping, coming in over the back door on the end of his arm a little bit. Yeah, we got the ride.
He rode him.
That's what you want to see. You see Matt Baldwin right there, Ben Lee moving in. JC Bean, he's just now letting it. Man, I just snapped one off that's never been ridden, and they're playing I Feel Good.
Yes, that bull's going to help the score, too.
Well, it's a good ride, but this little bull, not his best day, obviously, but a really good trip, and the people in Lexington, Kentucky, they like it, and so does J.C. Bean.
90.5, total of 258.5.
All right, Doug Jolly with the sports medicine team telling him congratulations, but we can keep on moving. It can get better from here.
We mentioned Blackberry Wine. Here is Clayton Williams.
All right, Clayton needs to get the whistle. Everybody's pulling for him, just a youngster. Come on, right here to the left, round the corner. He's looking good right there. Got to look out. Whip the rope right out of his hand.
So Clayton Williams goes down. That'll be a 0 for this round, a 169 out of the semis.
Well, a sight you don't see very often. Matt Austin back there behind the chutes, pulling his rope, cheering him on. Not in the competition, bucked down early, and so does Clayton Williams. Just come pull the ripcord. That hurts.
Yep, quick and off that bull. There's the score as we suggested, 169, the total for Clayton Williams.
All right, well, we've got that one good bull, 3 covered from J.C. Bean, and you can look at the singular X-Power numbers on this good bull, Blackberry Wine. Kick and spin should be relatively close, and there it is, 285, a nice marking.
So J.C. Bean is our leader in the finals. Here's Biloxi Blues and Cooper Cangeezer.
All right, Cooper's got what I think's the best bull in there. I've seen Matt Austin ride this bull twice, score over 90 points both times. Gonna go to the left right there. Cooper's around the corner. Got it going right now. Got the free hand moving, kicking loose with his feet. He's in trouble. Right to the end, he's looking around. That whistle blows a little bit late, but Cooper Cangeezer doesn't make the whistle. Not there for 8. Just got too loose too quick. You've got to be solid, and he's loose. He gets back. This bull fading. This is as good a trip as Biloxi Blues has had in a long time. Really turning the crank. Cangeezer just got behind and puts him down. Good kid right here, though.
Well, that's too bad because he had a great score coming out of the semi. That leaves 1 to go. Jared Ford. Jared will be on Hummer.
Bull belongs to Jerry Nelson. That's Jerry Nelson with his back to you right there. He looked kind of like Bad Santa. Got his beard going on, and he's going, okay, boys, this ought to be all the money right here. Jerry Nelson, he's got good bulls, but he likes to see the Cowboys make great rides. This is a good setup right here. 178 on 2. This is looking good. Ford has been in a slump, but trying to come out of it right here. Hummer should go to the left, and here he comes. And Ford,
oh, no.
He's into his hand and just looking at the ground and comes down. That real uncharacteristic. Boy, I tell you, I want to see it back. Let's watch Jared's head. Now, it's up a little bit. That's okay. But now look right there. That bull turns back, and he's tipped over into his hand, and he just steps off. He's going, man, what? He said, I don't know what happened, but that boy right there, he thinks, man, I just won the Xtreme Bulls.
J.C. Bean, he covered all 3. He's the champion. We'll be back to talk with him in a minute. Dodge Xtreme Bulls, presented by B&W Trailer Hitches, is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And by Wrangler, the Western original. And by the National FFA, developing leaders to go the distance. Well, there he is, J.C. Bean. He acknowledges the cheers of the crowd, takes the victory lap here in Lexington.
All right, well, a win like this can jumpstart a guy's career and get him to going over the top in the Dodge. Ride of the night, obviously, going to be J.C. Bean riding the Bull Texas. This bull had not had an 8-second qualified ride. He's in uncharted territory right there. J.C. Bean in the back door, coming to the pay window. That's a great ride.
Yeah, congratulations to our champion, new champion, J.C. Bean. He was followed by Ford and Best Plug. So, J.C. Bean, I wonder what he's going to say as a new champion. Let's go down. Jennifer Smith is with him.
Well, Texas was a bull that was unridden in Pro Bull stats. He was ranked number 4, one of the rankest bulls in the standings right now. Did he feel that way tonight for you?
He sure bucked really hard. I was told a different story about him. He's going to be, kind of moving ahead and trying to string a guy out, and he just started spinning, really good, like a bull that I'd want to have,
A win like this in this X-Bulls could put you in the top of the X-Bull standings. It's a good win for you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is a big jump, just what I needed, just what I was hoping for. A win like this is going to put me up closer in the runnings where I want to be and where I wished I was a while ago, but this is where I'm at now, and this is, I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, congratulations. I know it feels good.
Thank you.
J.C. Bean, the new champion.
Well, they've seen some great bull riding in Lexington, Kentucky here at the Rupp Arena. Good job from a lot of the Cowboys, but you know what? We're a little past halfway for the Xtreme Bulls Dodge Ride Hard Tour, and they're getting their money's worth.
Championship is tightening up. Thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.